Welcome, guys, to the Spin Zone podcast with me, Cake Eater. We also got Vile, we got Chad, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest. We got Maple X. How are you, sir? How are things?
What's going on, everybody? We are so good. You guys are like celebrities in my eyes, so I'm just like so
Whoa,
happy to be here.
whoa, no kid. Hey, the pleasure is all ours, but kind of starting off the podcast on a great note. We actually have a giveaway, ladies and gentlemen. We have been hyping this thing up for a while now. It is time for the giveaway for the Wayward Beyblade X Stadium stand. For right now, we have a duck race right now with everyone that has actually entered into the giveaway, and whoever gets to the finish line first is actually gonna win. So let's
How
just
can we
start.
Oh
see?
my
How can we see
goodness.
the duck race? Can the
Uh,
viewers see the duck race? Because
yeah,
I
the
can't.
Can
the
I bet
viewers.
on this?
Uh, well, so far it is Lucas. Lucas
Wait, that's
is what?
I swear to God, that's me.
It's no shit.
I
Uh-oh.
Uh oh. Hey, Lucas, that's it.
is there like
No,
by
it's
any crazy means, is there another Lucas?
no, it was literally just Lucas right off of Spotify.
Yeah,
So,
that's me.
well,
Wow.
so
So what are
100%.
we going to call this conspiracy? Is this going to be Standgate?
It,
Stand gate. I'm
I'm
done.
I'm dead. But ladies and gentlemen,
This
this
is
is all.
mostly funny because I mentioned this was a possibility before the episode started.
Yeah. So this is 100% real. There was no practice beforehand, and because there's no possible way of knowing that our guest was gonna win. But uh, actually, ladies and gentlemen, we actually have one more prize to give away. So let's,
I
yeah. So
Is it what I think it is?
guys,
think it is what you think it is.
well, I hope so, because Vile, you do know about it. Guys, we are giving away Mummy Curse Random Booster, sponsored by
Let's
BaysandBricks.com.
flip it
So it
go.
is all 100% sealed just for one of you guys. So let's just get the ducky races back on going. So race again. Let's see who's gonna win this one. All the duckies are going. Everyone's all getting close. And the winner of that is Ben DeLonge. All right, Ben.
Woo.
We will figure out a way. So send me a message over on like Discord or TikTok or any other way. Let me know in the comments below how you send me a message, and we will get to you this random booster for Mummy Curse. So
Yeah.
now back onto the show with Maple X. This episode is all about him having kind of showing us love back at you guys. So, Maple, go ahead. The floor is all yours. Introduce yourself and any other information that people should know about you.
All right, what's going on, guys? My name is Maple X. I am primarily a TikTok short form content creator. I basically just repost those TikToks onto Instagram and YouTube Shorts. So just to branch out the content as much as I can. Growing up, Beyblade has always been a huge passion of mine. I grew up on Metal Fight as a kid, as most people will probably say, because it's true. It was
Heck
such a
yeah.
good anime, such fun, just letting it rip. And I entirely skipped the Burst generation. I literally posted a video about Burst. No one cares about Burst. And now we're on to Beyblade X. I love X so much. I cannot be happier to be in the generation that we are now. Also, just as like a little self plug, I am starting to get like affiliate codes from places. So, on can I plug this?
Well, actually, that was going to be one of the questions, but go ahead. The floor is all yours, man.
All right, I know you guys are partnered by a certain somebody, and those somebodies being Bays and Bricks. If you want to, obviously use code SpinZone first, but if you've already used that 2 times per account, you can use code MAPLE at Bays and Bricks for 7% off your order. And
Hey,
you can also use code It's Maple X at the certain mall of toy containing, and you can use that for 5%, I believe, off your order. So little harmless self plug. If you want to save money buying Beyblades, look at my TikTok description, find the codes. You guys, I got you.
fantastic. Well, since you did your little plug, I think it's about time for we to do our little plug. So, Chad,
Is it time for our plug? Is it time to let everyone at home know to be sure to visit Bays and Bricks today and use code SPINZONE to save 7% off your order. That's SPINZONE at Bays and Bricks for 7% off your order. This coupon is usable twice per account.
there you guys go. If you guys go to baysandbricks.com, go ahead and use code MAPLE for 7% off. Use code SPINZONE at checkout for 7% off your purchase because there's so much good stuff at baysandbricks.com right now. You can get all those new pre-orders. You can get the new bounce tester thing, all the cool stuff. Go ahead, baysandbricks.com, use code SPINZONE or code MAPLE if you have already used up code SPINZONE. So, Maple, it was brought to our
What it do?
attention. It has been actually brought to my attention that you are a huge fan of the podcast even before you even jumped on. So, again, it is a huge, huge pleasure to have you on. And I was kind of,
The
yeah, and I was kind of scrolling all through your TikToks earlier, and you just mentioned your bashing on Burst, which is very funny. Like comparing Burst,
Hell yeah.
comparing Burst to a Wizard v Wizard match. It's pretty accurate.
It's
am I
true.
wrong?
It's Burst is not exciting. They're ugly. It's not exciting. I don't even know. But so when did you actually really start getting into Beyblades? You said Metal Fight, but was there like a specific time that you kind of started getting up in there or
So, just like as a kid, I remember watching like ads on Cartoon Network about Beyblade, seeing them in stores, and getting them as Christmas presents. I remember asking for like a poison serpent to asking for Santa, and Santa had troubles getting that for me, so I had to go and get it myself. But as far as like the Beyblade Metal Fight and Metal Fusion goes, I love the show. I didn't really have anyone to play with because it was just me as a kid, so I would just constantly be ripping Metal Fight bays.
what product are you most interested in doing right or interested in getting right on release?
Right now, my red Aero Pegasus is on its way being delivered to my house.
Ooh.
So I'm excited to see the weight reveal of that versus my standard blue Aero Pegasus. And if the weight is that much different as some people's are, I'm literally just switching strictly to red AP and never going back. This thing has seen its battles, it's scarred. We're good.
Hell yeah.
And then
Understandable.
obviously all of the new CX releases, I mean, as soon as those were available to pre-order, I got all of them. There wasn't a single thing I skipped out on.
That makes sense. As we mentioned in the podcast, those new Beyblades, I think Beyblade finally fixed the problem that people were having with the simple ratchets and meant to make something that can be burst but still has the potential to be like at least usable in the meta, if nothing else.
Very true. Yeah, I know. I just bought one from Vile actually this past weekend, so I am yeah, I bought one of his few that were in stock, so I am ready for that to come touch my hand because I don't even have the blue one. So I am
No, you don't.
no, and I'm ready for it.
Meanwhile, I'm over here
gonna be
waiting for
dope.
my shark.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Chad. Those will be in on Wednesday, brother. By the way.
Woohoo!
gotta love the close connections. I don't know how it is over in Pennsylvania. Do you guys have a good community as well? Because over here in Minnesota, we have a kick-ass community where we're all close and definitely help each other out. Is that kind of what um, your side of the states are doing?
Yeah, I guess I'll represent my Philly Bladers here. We have a Discord. We have a nice like little but strong community. If there's like a recent drop that is released in a store, someone will like post a picture of it in the Discord and be like, "Hey
Mhm.
guys, this is where I found it. Like, come and get it." Like, there's no hatred between anyone in the Philly community. Like, we're all literally just trying to help each other and make each other better.
Yeah, that's kind of
That's
what
the
we
way it should be.
well, and that's kind of how we do ours as well. Like every once in a while, we'll get a post up in one of our general chats and be like, "Hey, there's this at Walmart, there's this at Target or whatever," and it's it's definitely a bonding. It kind of brings people closer together and just doesn't really single anybody out. It's really cool seeing people coming together and representing and sharing knowledge and other cool stuff like that. So it's very cool. So I'm glad that we're not the only ones that are doing that.
Absolutely. We got to stick together, us bladers,
Yeah, because obviously,
especially against the blader haters.
Who are the
who,
Blader haters? You mean
yeah,
people who
who,
play Magic the Gathering?
that's, yeah, very true.
Yes, the people who play the card games at the card shops who sit there and go, "Oh, how am I supposed to use my diamond encrusted $30 million card if they're ripping Beyblades? God, I'm gonna get my Cheeto crusted fingers all over their neck and choke them out."
Ew.
How
And
can
here
I
I didn't
play
know.
Pot of Greed when I hear other people battling?
Yeah, and here I didn't know Logan Paul came to Kraken hits, but I guess I was just uninformed.
Yeah,
When
you
was
were.
that?
We said
I don't
diamond
know.
encrusted card. I mean,
Oh,
Logan Paul's one that's got that Pokemon card on the
yeah,
chain with the diamond encrusted case and all that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Logan Paul for that elimination chamber. Wow, he did so good, guys. So
What a,
good.
oh
Oh,
my
you and Cake are gonna
god.
get along great.
Oh my
He
god.
loves wrestling.
God, I don't like Logan Paul though. That's a conversation for a different day though. I don't he doesn't belong anywhere in a wrestling ring, but that is kind of
Bro, that's
besides the
brutal.
point.
He's actually a really good wrestler. Like there are some other things I don't like about the guy, but as a wrestler, he's learned a lot in a very short period of time.
It's like saying his brother's a boxer. No, get the hell out of here.
That's
Oh,
totally different. That's
oh.
totally different.
Nah,
Listen, Cake, you can't be dissing on the Logan brothers like that. They have the special move where they spot a dead body in the wood.
Yeah, that dead body could be yours if you're not careful.
isn't that the Japanese like suicide force or something?
Yes,
Yep.
Yes,
yes.
Oh
that is
my
the controversy he's referring to.
Oh my god, I forgot all about that. That's wild.
I will never forget.
Oh, I try to forget anything to do with the Paul brothers. But anyway, let's get back to Beyblades because that's what we're here. We're not here to talk about wrestling. We're not here to talk about Logan Paul or Jake Paul. So
Thankfully.
yeah, well, yeah, I think we would not have a good following if this was just a podcast about Logan or Jake Paul. It'd be probably just their mom. But
Oh my
anyway,
god.
anyway, so you also kind of just been getting back into Beyblades yourself, am I? Yeah. So,
Yep.
what kind of tips would you give to a brand new blader just like yourself?
Oof. I love this question. It's so loaded. There's so many tips you could give a new blader. Number one, don't crank your launcher. That's a pretty big one.
Oh,
I see that a lot at
there are people who
tournaments.
still do that, and it
Yep.
Good
pisses me
answer.
off.
Good answer.
If I was told one thing by like a pro blader on my first day, it would be learn launch tech, because I
Mm-hmm.
showed up to my first ever in-person tournament with like absolute meta deck, and comparing my deck to everyone else's, I thought, oh, this is a landslide, this is cake, I got it. But I didn't know anything about launching, so I literally just kind of flat launched, ripped as hard as I could. And when I didn't even make top cut, I was surprised. I'm like, wait, but I have the best. Turns out you actually have to learn how to launch your bay if you want to see any sort of success.
Yeah. And that all goes off of like what bit and everything, but yeah, that's people think Beyblades is just ripping it and then that's it. But there's obviously a lot more to Beyblade than just that, which is
Beyblade is very nuanced when you get down to it. I mean, look at Bays and Bricks. They have a tuning tool to help you like maximize not only your Beyblade but also the ratchets it's on to get it to spin for longer.
That is what a lot of new people don't know is that like with a 160 ratchet, they think they can just slap it on and it's perfect ready to go, but you actually have to focus on which side you orientate the 160 on, and it completely changes either the balance or what it's doing.
Okay, there we go. So YouTube is now back on going.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I don't
Is
know.
it?
Yeah, I don't know. That was really weird. In all of our episodes,
I was.
I have never had a crash. So
I got too much aura.
Dang it, Maple. You're
he,
just too good at Beyblades. You crashed the entire thing.
he broke the computer by just having large aura. That's wild. But so going off of not cranking the bays or kind of just flat launching and learning how to launch, what would you give one tip to your like previous self, beginning self, about Beyblades?
Uh, like obviously practice a lot. Find a fun bay that you want to use that isn't necessarily meta, because if you just rely on what's the best, you probably won't get as good as someone who's using like lower tier bays, but they're better than you because they know what they're doing. I
Mm,
would say don't just stick to a meta, don't be a meta slave, right? Find a fun like A or B or C tier blade that most people wouldn't think to run and just literally master it. Like practice the heck out of it, rip as many times as you need to understand how the bay works, because there's a lot of people that like use, I don't know, like samurai caliber, which is a great bay.
Yeah.
yeah,
I love samurai caliber. I know Cake, you love samurai saber.
I love Saber.
I love my orange metal coat samurai saber. It looks so nice when it spins.
Waiting on Vile to give me one, but
It'll be in with the Pegasus, yeah.
I can't wait. But yeah, those are good hits. Samurai Sabers, Samurai Caliber. Fun.
And this is probably a good tip that can go along with what Maple said. If you're a new blader, don't buy this.
Damn.
Ugh. Brother. Ugh.
Yeah, that's a gross ridge triceratops. Mm-mm.
You might as
Yeah.
well get Horn Rhino at that point.
Pretty much, pretty much. So Maple, are you going to this big event in Michigan that everyone's been talking about?
Ooh, good
I did a
question.
video on it. I'm not going. I will obviously paying attention to see who wins the Honda Civic, but I know there's already like a backlist of people waiting to be like queued into the event because it's so massive. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I I can't make that drive. I know I'm gonna not even like get to Top Cut. It's not even worth it for me.
Yeah, we have like a
I feel
handful.
that.
We have a handful of our guys here that are going to be basically representing Minnesota, and there's some of our top players. So
Is
it's,
Wayward going?
I think so.
Okay.
Who,
I
Wayward?
think Wayward
Yeah.
said he's going.
I thought so.
Yeah, so yeah, Wayward is going, and actually, he was the one that was contracted to put together the
Oh,
spin
that's right.
stands for the event. Yeah.
Ooh.
So Mall of Toys came through and decided to sponsor 10 spin stands for the event. And while we're on the subject, for anyone who does want a spin stand but was not as lucky as Maple and did not win one today, Wayward is going to have some extra spin stands at the event for sale. I don't want to quote a price, but I assume it would be the normal price point that he has on that. And Cake, Wayward would also like me to let you know that you need to use the word spin stand.
Okay. Spin stand. Gotcha.
Yeah,
I've been,
that's kind of the part of the name that he wants like to be associated with his business. So
gotcha. Okay.
spin stand,
Spin stand and spin zone. It should be easy to remember.
It should be.
right? We're all just spinning.
We're all doing
To
something.
winning?
Yeah, it's that tournament's going to be very interesting for sure. I might go, I might not. I'm still up in the air because I might have to have surgery soon. So it all depends on, yeah, that's a conversation for a whole different day. So I need to wait for x rays and CTs to come back and this and that. So I know there's some big names going though. There are some really big names going out. I know Uncle Bug is going. That's a good.
Oh, you
Uh,
you mean like Wayward's favorite Beyblader of all time in the entire United States, Jacob Palm, right?
Jacob Palm is going. Yes, that's
Yeah.
yeah. It's gonna be a really good event, and like you said, Maple, it has a major wait list. So they're gonna easily fill their 200, and who knows, this 200 cap car event might actually open up the
No,
eyes for.
timeout. They
Uh,
they actually increased the player count to 256.
Oh,
holy mackerel!
And there's still a lengthy. I think the waiting list is still at like 70 people right now.
and someone said just up
That
in chat the event is supposed to be streamed as well. That's gonna be
ooh,
crazy. Yeah, so just
So
imagine like Michigan doing this, and then who knows, maybe like Colorado doing one, or some other states kind of doing one as well, and who
like
knows, maybe
Minnesota, for example.
giving away cars might be the one way to actually get people to realize, oh, hey, Beyblades are still a thing. That's cool. Let me go buy some. Let me do this. Let me do that. Michigan's doing more advertising for Beyblades than Hasbro has done in a while.
oh god, let's not get started on Hasbro's terrible marketing. I feel like we've had several episodes where we've touched on that one.
I mean,
Ooh,
how do you think
So
advertisement could be
go ahead.
done there, Maple? Oh,
Is Maple
oh,
not talking?
I'm here. I'm here. What's up?
okay.
Sorry,
So,
little glitch.
oh, no, you're good, man. You're good. So, just what do you think Hasbro or TT could do to help kind of get the word out of Beyblades a little bit easier?
I mean, guys, I'm gonna be honest. They could do a lot. Like when I go on to the official like Beyblade Instagram account, they are not pushing like any new releases. They're not getting any hype. They're just having two people battle two random bays with proto launchers, and they're going, oh, "Okay, that's our post quota for the week. We're good." Like you got to advertise. Like bring back television ads. Bring back. I mean, obviously, like Instagram ads. You can literally just buy some ad space and you'll be chilling. Like just we can't have WBO and I guess like independent people be the only way we be the only way we organize tournaments here. Like we need to really come together as a group and like Hasbro needs to do more. Beyblade as a whole needs to do more. It can't just be the people that play the sport
Mm-hmm.
that need to do everything.
Yeah, because it's people that don't know that it's still a thing could get into it. Because, as you guys know, I was big into TCG and I wanted something different and didn't know that Beyblades were still a thing until I looked more into it before I bought any product. And here I am having a big podcast with some big names like Maple here, and we're going strong. And this game is so much fun and highly enjoyable. But yeah, you're right. TT and Hasbro could do so much more. And like someone said up in chat, like it had a Hasbro tournament at an anime convention and wasn't expecting how big a popularity it was going to be to the American scene, which is very true.
Well,
People will
Cake,
come.
the biggest problem, like TT's marketing in the regions they're responsible for is just fine. You got to figure, there are Beyblades in Koro Koro. There are Beyblades in like gambling magazines. There are Beyblades in all sorts of different
Oh
things
yeah, like the
over
fishing
in Japan.
magazine.
Yeah. You walk into a camera store, you can buy Beyblades. You walk into a toy store, you buy Beyblades. You walk into a video game store, you can buy. It's very different over there. Like TT does a great job of marketing in Japan, in
Yeah,
the
over there.
Philippines, in Singapore. Where the problem is that Hasbro is the one responsible for distribution in the West, and therefore they are responsible for the marketing in the West, and they are choosing not to. The the example I'll always use, and Maple, if you've watched this, you might have heard this already, but for all those out there who haven't, there was a commercial they had done about 2 months back, and they had I'm gonna
Rory
butcher
Hachimura.
this name.
Rory
Yeah,
Hachimura.
thank you, because I was just about to absolutely butcher this guy's name. And this guy is a 6'8" professional basketball player, okay? And he's sitting in a desk chair like the ones we're all sitting in, and then he is using a proto launcher to rip a Beyblade into a drop attack stadium sitting on the floor. It is the worst advertisement and the worst use of a professional sports superstar I've ever seen in my life. Like, it makes Beyblade look like a joke. It really does.
I
Very
think
unfortunate.
official Beyblade accounts are allergic to using winder launchers or just anything but the cheap protos.
Yeah, because those are what a lot of bays come with, are just a simple proto. So it just a simplarity of ripping up the packaging, getting the proto with the bay. Now you're ready to go when take top cut at a tournament.
It's honestly bad advertising towards kids because when they see the official brand using proto launchers, they'll go, "Okay, this is the one I get with my bay. It's got to be good. I can bring this to a tournament." And then they show up, everybody's using grips, winders, strings, like custom rip cords, all these like cool looking things, and they go, "Oh, but my proto's not good enough anymore?" No,
Yeah,
it's not.
no. Well, I think kids are really only going to be using protos because that's parents aren't really going to be spending a lot of money on something that they might just get bored of right away. But
But but that's the problem, right? That's the problem in and of itself if you think about it. Because
mhm,
if I want someone to go to the store, whether it's a kid or an adult, and I want them to buy, a Beyblade or two or three or whatever, and actually enjoy the experience, I have to give them the proper equipment to enjoy that experience with.
mhm,
If they think the proto launcher is the sole launching choice because that's what they saw at Walmart or Walgreens or Target or Five Below, wherever they were at, um, that's going to dissuade people from wanting to keep playing. They're going to be like, well, this really sucks. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, they should just include the standard launchers in the starters, just like they do in Japan. If Japan can afford to do it, and I know what they charge in Japan for this stuff, then we can also afford to do it. Like,
yeah,
that's all I'm going to say.
Mhm.
yeah. Someone made a pretty it's a funny comment, but it's pretty relatable. It's like someone who eats just gas station sushi, but has never tried actual handmade sushi by a chef. Yeah,
Hey, if you can get food from chefs at the gas station. I see Guy Fieri's Flavor Town line at every holiday I go to nowadays.
yeah. That's just warmed up
He's
shit,
not
though.
wrong.
Anyway, so Val, what were you gonna ask our guest?
Well, no, that was like 14 minutes ago, Cake. So I've totally
Yeah,
lost my train of thought.
yeah.
Here's what I can ask him. I'll pull a rabbit out of the hat right now. So Maple, my understanding, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but my understanding is you've only gone to 4 tournaments for Beyblade X. Is that correct?
That is correct. And they've all literally been unranked. Unfortunately, like I don't know if
Oof.
it's just the way the scene is. I have yet to go to a ranked tournament. It's all just been filthy little casuals.
Well, there's nothing wrong
Filthy
with
little
casual play, okay?
casuals.
I don't slam the casuals too hard. Now, what time frame are we talking about here? Like, yeah, like how long have you been going to events for?
So I've been going to events for about the past 3 months. When I first got into Beyblade X, obviously I didn't know how to find tournaments like everyone else. So now I'm offering that information of how to find tournaments. And basically my whole content creation is just for new beginner players. But yeah, I've been going for about 3 months. There's a pretty reliable like local host near my house where at least there's once a month. So I know at least one day per month I'm getting in reps at a tournament, ranked or unranked.
Okay, and is that the only organizer in your area right now?
No, I don't know how many organizers there are because I'm still like not deep into the scene, but there's like a main organizer in Conshohock in PA, and then there's like separate ones in actual the city of Philadelphia, PA, where the Philly Bladers play. So those are like two different sources, and I try to get in the tournaments when I can.
Do they
Okay.
normally fill up,
So,
or is it just kind
yeah,
Yeah,
of
I'm curious.
like player counts usually reach anywhere from about 25 to 30 on my Conshohocken and local host, and then like depending on what the pricing is for some events, maybe the inner city Philly events could reach up to 50 or 60.
and
Okay,
those
that's
cap?
pretty solid. That's pretty solid. So, have you been to one of the ones in Philly, or have you only been to the smaller ones so far?
I have been to one in Philly. It was like first time hosted by one of the Philly Bladers. He went entirely just to flex his new Orochi cluster when it literally just came out. So hey, flex to him. Good on him. But yeah, that was a fun like I mean, the place is called Local Host in Philadelphia, so that was a fun little event there.
There you go.
There you
What a
go.
wild name. So, was the Orochi cluster like a prize, or he just wanted to show off that he had it?
Just to show off that he had it. I felt
Like,
it in my hands, and I
Wow.
felt the aura.
God, that's some aura farming right there.
Yeah.
Now,
That's something.
how now you said you've gone to about 4 events in probably a 3 month span. How many events could someone in your area attend per month if they were to go to like everything that was available?
If everything available, like if they are living closer to Center City, Philadelphia, there is a lot of like New Jersey tournaments that get posted that are close to Philly. So if someone was close to Philly, they could probably go to about maybe 3 to 4 tournaments a month. And then there's also weeklies at Local Host in Philadelphia. So I can't come to those because I'm an hour out from Philly, and those usually start at like 5, 6 p.m. So I can't make it even if I wanted to because of work.
Mm.
But there's weeklies on Mondays in Philly, and then the occasional, ever so often, tournament in close areas.
That's pretty cool. Um, Now, do you want to play more? Would you like to have more events closer to you?
I would absolutely. We're like in the current city I live right now, we're talking about hopefully getting like a place to host. So hopefully in the near future that would be really nice for the Beyblade X scene right near my house. But yeah, obviously I would love to go to more tournaments. If this could be like a weekendly thing, you know what I mean? Like going every weekend, that would be so cool.
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah,
what
that's
we
kind
have
of the
over.
point we've got it to out here. We're about
Mhm.
at one a weekend now on average. There's some weekends we don't have one. There's some weekends we have two. But yeah,
We need
about
a
on
Kraken
average once a
hits.
week. Yeah, Kraken has honestly been pretty good to the community.
Mhm.
And we even have hosts looking into like other venues right now too. Someone's talking with a shopping mall. Other people are trying to talk to other game stores. We have a couple people that I think are going to try to talk to either a weed shop or a bar for like 21 plus events. So that could be kind of neat. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Um, what about, have you ever considered taking your judge or organizer certification with the WBO?
I honestly don't know how to do that, but I would absolutely be down to because at my most recent tournament, I was asked to judge matches, and that was a load of fun. Literally, so much fun to judge an event and just judge a couple matches here and there. But if I could become officially
Absolutely.
certified, I absolutely would because I
Yeah.
can
And and
judge,
you
I
and
can
you
blade.
and you can. It's objectively incredibly easy. I can probably even send you the link after we're off tonight. You just go to the WBO site and there'll be like, hey, take the judge test here, and it's pretty quick and simple, And I'll get into it just for like half a second so that like but also someone who's watching who might want to take it knows. Um, there's essentially going to be 15 like multiple choice questions that are based off of the rule book, which you're allowed to have, open on your phone or your other monitor or whatever while you're taking the test. And so you'll answer all those, and you can again refer to the rule book if necessary. And then the last 10 questions will be video questions,
Oof.
and they're sourced through like there'll be the question. It'll ask you like, what is the finish of this match? They'll give you like 5 choices. But the great thing is the videos are all hosted on YouTube, and YouTube will let you slow down the playback speed all the way down to like 0.25 or something. And
Mhm.
so you can really slow it down and make sure you're seeing exactly what happens, so that way you're given the right answers. And you need to get 80%, so you got to get 20 out of 25 questions correct. And then once you do that, you're certified and you're good to go.
So what are the certifications or what do you need to do to become a TO certified then their vial?
So the organizer cert, and this might also be interesting to you, Maple, because judging is great, but if you want more events in your immediate area, someone's got to organize those, and it might be you. You know what I'm saying?
And who knows
Um,
what that could start?
exactly. The organizer cert's actually incredibly easy in my opinion. Now, not for everybody. It's a little bit different than the judge test. There are no video questions. There is an organizer like guide that again you will keep open to answer multiple choice questions. But then instead of the video questions, what you have are I don't know if you all remember, like testing in high school, but you'd have a bunch of multiple choice questions. Then at the end of the test, you'd have a few questions. They want you to write a couple paragraphs. Um, that's the kind of the latter part of the organizer exam is they'll ask you things like, Cake and Chat are about to get into a physical altercation at your event. How do you handle it? You know what I'm saying? Or, one of your players is arguing with the judge. What do you do? Or yeah, it's stuff like that. It's like, they want to see that you've put some thought into, what happens when a problem comes up, or what are you supposed to do after you finish an event, and you're supposed to detail how you have to link the challenge bracket, and you have to make sure to post in a winning combos thread. So it's really kind of hands-on about your duties and responsibilities as an organizer.
Yeah, so there you go. Not just to you, Maple, but everyone listening and watching. So if you guys want to become a judge or a TO, there you go. And hopefully that kind of gets your ball rolling a little bit there, Maple, and getting something going in your area for maybe every weekend. Because speaking for myself and probably everyone else, at least in the Minnesota area, having Beyblades every weekend is amazing. You have something to look forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have something to look forward to every week. After a long week, you just go hang out with some friends, shoot some bays, relax a bit, have a great time. So, oh,
Oh, is that what I think it is? Let's see it.
What-
Let's see it again one
yeah,
more
what
time.
was that?
The-
What was-
Purple hover wyvern on my ratchet swapped 960
Purple.
kick.
Hold
Oh,
on. That's so I can tell that's the metal coat now. So I wasn't sure about the first time if it was just the regular Japanese
Yep.
release. And you've been playing that.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
battle
oh,
scars.
hold on.
Yep. I do
No.
not buy metal coats just to let them sit on a shelf, respectfully, gentlemen.
Oh,
let's
wait,
see. You
what a
you count
what?
me with my pants down there because I definitely do.
Yeah, what a flex! He was like, I don't
Yeah,
care about that $200 weight hover wyvern. I'm just gonna keep shooting it.
that's
Wild.
wonderful.
Yeah. Hey, but how's it been treating you though?
It will be what I bring to my next tournament, so it better treat me well. Obviously,
Well-
hover wyvern, very very meta blade. Only can expect really good things coming from it. So we will have to see.
True. Well, that kind of goes into another question. What is your deck right now?
So average deck right now, Arrow Pegasus on 160 rush right now. Arrow Pegasus is like my spirit base, so it won't really leave any of my decks, no matter how serious or unserious of a tournament it'll be. And right now, I'm really loving and obviously showing off the Hover Wyvern combo. So we've got 2 unique bays on all unique parts, and the third bay is open for variation. I could use Rod, but that's boring. I think my stamina, like defense pick, could be Mummy Curse. I really love Mummy Curse so much.
It's
Um,
really good.
Mm-hmm.
I recently, okay, self plug. I recently posted a video where I was like, I'm bringing these 2 bays to a tournament, and I want you guys to pick my third one, and whichever is the most liked comment is the third bay I'm bringing.
Uh-oh.
And as of right now, it is Circle Ghost on 280 gear flat.
Oh, I think I saw one of your videos saying that was
So we're sitting pretty. We're doing so good, guys.
Ghost
All right. So
Circle.
the green one or the pink one?
I have both. So honestly, whichever ratchet swap combo looks prettier.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Okay, so then I
Oh.
got to ask you the next question about Ghost Circle. Do you have the green release from Takara Tomy with the green Hexa, or do you have the low rush variant?
I got the 2-pack with the Hack Viking. I'm not cool.
Okay, so
I
this
do
one
not
here,
own
yeah.
green. Yep, I do not own green Hexa.
Oof.
Yeah, that one's. I don't know if you've checked the prices on that one, but they're pretty crazy right now.
What is
It's
it?
stupid.
I
I
haven't
mean,
looked at it.
I'll let you go.
Oh,
What was the last price you saw it at, Maple?
I think it was like either like 130 or like 180. Like stupid prices just for the green Hexa because they know that's the only thing you want in there.
Get the hell out of here. No
Yep.
way.
It's the only way to get it because now they've put out the green ghost circle here. They're not going to re-release it with a hexabit. Like this is what it is. So
That's wild.
And you can keep checking Baylocker all you want. It probably won't come back in stock, and if it does, it won't be there for a while.
It won't be there long.
well, I mean the problem is that those random boosters are probably out of print now. So whatever's out there is out there. So unless you've magically find 5 pallets in the back of a Japanese warehouse somewhere, we're at where we're at, like it's the same reason I've been stocking up, actually, speaking of rarity of parts, on this, except the green version. Whenever I find them for a good price, I pick them up because I think that purple wheel is going to be in the same situation 6 months from now.
Good thing I have both wheels.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
Guys, that's the lesson out of here is like, if you really want a particular color of part, and especially if it comes in a random booster only, like, just get it when it comes out. If you wait, you're going to pay a lot more.
Yeah, like a roast.
Yeah.
Yep. Like cluster.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are pre-ordering cluster at, $50, maybe $60. And now I think I looked at Basin Bricks the other day, 140 or something.
Yep. It was like 145. I think I just
Talk
looked
about
at
a
it.
cluster.
I hopped on Orochi early, and it was still like the same price. It's crazy how much it's going for, in my opinion, such a mid blade.
Yeah. Orochi cluster right now on basinbricks.com without using code Maple or Spin Zone is 140.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Ew, brother.
Brother, a lot of bro. It's
I can't defend that.
No,
I mean,
it's unfortunate.
Please don't.
Like, listen, I think the blade's solid. I'm
Mhm.
not saying it's better than Dram Buster. Okay, and that's my opinion. But I think it was overhyped. I see some of these tier lists S plus, and I'm like, bro, I don't even think you have your hands on a physical Orochi cluster right now. Like, you're just putting it there because everyone's hyping it up. And to be fair, Asia has everything to gain from hyping it up because Japan controls all the stock on this. So all these Japanese resellers, of course, on their YouTube channel, they're going to say it's S plus because then they can sell it on eBay for $150. Like,
yeah, it's
I'm gonna have to butt in here on that one. There is a reason Orochi cluster is being considered so great, and that's because very recently in Japan they had a big tournament, and Orochi cluster just absolutely sweeped.
what was it on?
I don't remember the exact combo. It might have been like 960 kick or something like that. But let me see if I can pull it up here real quick.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about something else, and if you happen to find it,
Yeah, go ahead.
so
I'll look it up.
so Maple, so you don't love Orochi cluster? Is that what you're telling us?
No, it's honestly something I regret buying. I'll be so honest. I got it because it was new and exclusive, and I wanted to own everything that Beyblade X has to offer. But now that it's in my hands and I've used it,
not good.
nope.
Well, it's tough. It sounds like you said you paid what, a little bit over $100 for it.
Yeah.
And I understand that's tough. On the flip side, to kind of like defend you or like justify your purchase as a content creator, sometimes you almost have to buy things, and like you have to try them out, and that is part of your content, right? Like,
Yep.
all the fans want to see the newest blades, and you got to have them,
It makes me feel like such a awful content creator when I see all my friends using red AP and mine is still on the mail, no video yet on it.
It takes time.
Yeah, some people some people are willing to pay a lot more to get something immediately, like, and that's just kind of what it is. Like,
Ooh.
I probably could have had APs here already right now, like the red one, but I didn't want to pay the ridiculous surcharge to essentially get them here that quickly, like, it's too much at a certain point because then I got to charge other people more, and nobody wants to pay more if they can help it,
Yeah.
Yep. I did find someone's combo that they actually managed to win a tournament deck with in Japan, and it was Orochi cluster on 160 Jolt.
160 Jolt.
Interesting. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They were also
Wayward
using
and I, or not
Meteor
Wayward,
Dragoon 770 level. Oh. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say Wacko and I were messing with it on Jolt, but we didn't have it on 160. I think we were trying some other 60 series, but not one.
But yeah, this person said they got to first place using an entire attack deck featuring Meteor, Orochi, and Hover.
Someone was saying 560 ball.
I've is that one of the other combos for it?
I don't know.
Oh,
Someone's asking why would you run Orochi on a one side?
That's a good question.
Yeah. I don't have an answer because I don't have one.
That's
but yeah,
fair. I haven't messed with it on one, so I
biggest
can't speak
thing
on that.
that a lot of people were noticing when it came to Orochi, at least at the Japanese tournaments where people were allowed to use it, is it was doing some serious shark scale numbers. If you catch my drift.
Oh boy.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Anyone who's in the Minnesota scene, shout out to our boy AJ who runs Whale Wave on Kick Combo. Orochi has very similar shaping to Whale Wave, but the biggest difference is Whale Wave is a circle and Orochi is an oval, so those contact points hit way harder, but that can also stunt your stamina too if you're not careful.
So I got
And I
a
think
I got
that's
I got a
why people are doing the one.
I got a question here because I'm done about hearing with a like Orochi cluster right now.
That's fair.
Maple Maple, what was your motivation to start creating content on TikTok for Beyblade? Like what made you decide that was something you wanted to
Ooh.
pursue?
This is gonna sound so sad, but so real at the same time. There was a point where I spent so much money on Beyblades, I needed a way to make it back. So I've always wanted to be a content
That's
creator.
so real.
I've always wanted to be a content creator of something in my life. Like obviously as a kid I had a gaming YouTube channel, never panned out. But now that we're back into Beyblade, I'm a little bit older. I know my way around like editing softwares, like I can make good engaging content. I figured, hey, why not try to make it to the top of the Beyblade scene, at least here on TikTok?
Yeah, and you've been doing really well over on the TikTok scene, so that's very impressive.
Thank you.
How long have you been doing the short-term content?
I think about the same amount of time I've been going to tournaments. So I would say I started the channel about 2, 3
Wow.
months ago. So yeah, I've seen insane growth in the little amount of time I've had making videos. So literally all the thanks goes out to like my audience, my followers. Like none of it's possible without them.
Yeah, big shout out. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that is crazy. I think the last time I saw you, let me quickly pull you up. If I'm not mistaken, it was like 3,000 something followers, which is in
We are
a
over 4K.
See, there you
4K.
go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
4,100. That's crazy in a like a 3-4 month time.
well, that's a lot for Beyblade. I know some people might be like, "Oh, that's nowhere near what Logan Paul has or something," but like it's hard to get numbers in Beyblade and like you can tell like Burst was apparently very popular on like YouTube and other platforms. I think cuz kids were more into like the super gaudy design of Burst Beyblades.
Blech.
But so you'll see these old Beyblade channels have like 700,000 subscribers, right? But then you look at like
Yeah.
Jacob Palm or Anti Wizard Club or any of these newer creators that didn't do burst stuff, they have maybe have like 4 or 5 thousand subscribers, and they've been doing it quite a bit longer than you have. You know, so your growth is very good. It's very impressive.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
so really big kudos to you and keep going on with the grind. Keep doing what you're doing cuz you're going up there for sure. And we've had some good, big people up on here and you're up there. So keep doing it.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. So with
Yeah,
all your
some of the people liked your answer about why you started to create the content. Like I
yeah,
think people
yeah.
appreciate the honesty. Like
No,
I mean
Yep.
it's
that's
100% real. I mean, let's be honest. Where would we be without people like Wayward always watching our lives?
yeah, Wayward is always in our
that's true.
lives. We always have some good people that are always hanging out in the lives and so big shout outs to our people as well. We couldn't be doing this without you guys, so big shout out to you guys. And that's why we did our little giveaway to keep showing the love and we'll keep showing the love right back at you guys. So uh, anyway, uh so you've only been to like a handful of tournaments though and you want to do more.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
kind of bring us along. Like, what do you do to prepare mentally, physically for those tournaments?
To prepare for a tournament, usually, obviously, if I know when a tournament is, I'll like practice days beforehand, the morning of. I'll always show up, even if check-in's like an hour before the start time of a tournament. I'll usually show up like an hour and a half, sometimes even 2 hours early, as long as doors are open, just to literally like get there early enough, set up everything, and like start like repping launch tech, start meeting the competition, maybe do a little bit of scouting to see what they're running, see how they launch. But
Mm.
yeah, I come well fed. Oh, hey, biggest thing talked about on this podcast. I come well hygiened. Okay, I shower. I deodorant.
Yeah,
I
baby.
smell. I smell good as.
Say it. Just say it.
I can't. I can't say the same for others, man. But you know who
Oh,
you are.
So what you're saying is the women folk be loving your scent at the events. Okay.
I mean, you said it. I
Yes.
mean,
be loving that. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
maidens. Yes.
The
The
laden,
maidens, there we go.
the maiden bays.
The maid.
Because I mean, guys,
All
these
right.
Beyblade tournaments, they're in such small rooms. You try to fit 30 people into like a rectangle, it's gonna get hot, it's gonna get sweaty. The better you do, the longer you'll stay there, and just the worse you'll get. I remember Vile saying one episode, there's literally no shame in bringing a stick of deodorant. No one's gonna like fault you if they see you apply deodorant and then go, "Oh, this guy's trying to be
Exactly.
healthy." Like, no,
Trying to use a stench as a defensive mechanism. That's wild.
that is something in card games. Yeah.
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 At least we've got that going for us. Most of the people who are stinky in our scenes are doing so by accident. They don't go to a Beyblade tournament and go, "Oh, you don't understand. I'm pheromone maxing right now."
Farum, no comment.
oh
No
no,
comment.
no. Oh my god.
So let's enough about the scent. We all have been there and know what that's like. Um, so Maple, what would you say is kind of like your signature of your content? Like, what do you feel like differentiates you from any other Beyblade X creator out there on TikTok today?
My biggest is probably the tips I give for beginners. A lot of Beyblade content creators out there, they cover new releases, or I see a lot of content creators on TikTok, they'll just show like tournament footage. But obviously, since I don't go to so many tournaments, I don't have all that footage. So I thought, what can I do to
Ooh.
make the most out of my content? I can just sit here at home, like think of good beginner tips, because if I was a beginner in Beyblade X and I didn't know what to do, I would be asking and I would be looking up what to do, what to buy, how to get started. So if I'm here and if I'm that guy, like sourcing you, telling you what to get, like you can listen to me, you can listen to other content creators doing the same thing. Like, obviously, I have so much to learn about Beyblade. I'm nowhere near like the pinnacle. I know everything I'm talking about. I'm not anywhere near like the best blader in the world. But if I can just use my content to help get people into Beyblade X, that is my main goal.
Nice. Yeah, and yeah, your top three pins are like getting into Beyblade X with your
Yep.
bits and one was bits, one was ratchets, and the other was like um, top five things to know about Beyblades, and you just pin those right up on top, so it's so easy for people to quickly go and find them, which is very smart, very also kind of courteous as well, which is
Hmm.
very cool, and it kind of gives who you are as a content creator, as a blader. And like you said, you don't go to a lot of tournaments because you don't really have the ability to at the moment. So you basically still make the content, but you do what you are given with, which is fantastic. So kudos to you on that. You got to do what you got to do, and making something huge like you have been doing, over 4K followers, by just small term content creation, that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're right. A lot of people with the short term content are making, hey guys, come check out Roasty Cluster. Hey, check out Bullet Bison or whatever the hell it's called, or this and that, and buy it here, or just they're winning a tournament or something like that. But you're actually making tips and advice and stuff like that. So that's awesome. That's what I personally like to see. It's something different. It's different content.
I also just
Yeah.
want to be fully transparent. I have yet to drop like a launch tech tutorial because I am even still like nowhere near as good as I want to be on launch tech. So until I know exactly what I'm doing and saying, I don't think I can like share that info. I only
Mhm.
really make videos on what I'm confident talking about.
Yeah, and it's fair. Just flat launching, but don't just flat launch everything. Long story short, do
Hey,
don't do
I
what
love
you.
flat launching. Come on.
Well, it depends on the bit though.
That's true.
So speaking of ripping things though, are you more of a
Oh.
Ooh.
string or a winder launcher? Get your head out of the gutter, guys. Jesus.
I am 100% a winder user. I own probably about 8 to 10 string launchers just from all the purchases I made, and they have like yet to be touched. I got the purple string launcher with Orochi, and hey, guys, it looks cool, but I just love the power the winder gives me. I don't think I'll ever like fully commit to string when winder's right there because even like at home testing, I tried giving string a go where I would just launch 2 bays, like trying to do right after another. And the stamina on the bays just were nowhere near
Mhm.
close on a string as to what they always were on a winder. And that was like the thing that set it up for me. I'm like, okay, I'm never going to use a string. Like the winder just gives me too much power. I just love how it feels.
Mm.
So you just take the string launcher and just toss it, yeah? Just bye bye.
Yeah.
Alongside with those
E-
I mean,
protos.
ugh.
Even on my
Protos are
launcher
especially
link,
bad.
my launcher link from Noozle 3D is a winder.
That's yeah. I need to
Yeah,
get one of those. I have
yeah,
one for strings, but not for winder.
yeah. I watched one of your videos earlier, and you mentioned there was a certain store that's actually selling protos. What is it for $1.99 or some shit?
What are we doing here,
Oh, hell
guys?
no.
Wait,
You could
who's selling protos?
Can I say the name?
Go for
Go
it.
ahead.
Bay Warehouse is selling proto launchers for $1.99, guys. What are we doing? Do we really think we're gonna profit?
Hey, all I'm gonna say is I like um I shouldn't say that because I'm not supposed to talk about other whatever on the podcast, but the place you were just speaking about, um I do order from them sometimes, and their pricing is actually pretty okay. I like it. But I did not know they were selling proto launchers for $1.99. Listen, listen. Let me
Bay
just make a
Warehouse.
shout
More
out to
like
all.
Bay Where's Your Brain at on that one.
Hold up, hold up. I got to make a shout out to all the bladers out there, anywhere in the U.S. Y'all want to buy some proto launchers from your boy Danny Vile for $1.99 a piece? You just hit me in my DMs and let's get it set up. Hey,
Oh
I might
my
even go to
god.
175 a piece if you want to place a big bulk order. Or
What?
I got to have at least 100 of them, I'm sure. So there,
Yeah.
I can make some money too now, right? Thanks BW. I appreciate that. So, Cake, how many
Crazy.
subs are we at on Spotify right now specifically?
We are at one. Let me get the actual live number right now. Because the last that I checked, we were at 100 and oh
Cake's
uh,
drunk. Can't find the numbers.
no, because unfortunately,
That sounds
someone
about right.
138 followers on Spotify.
Okay, so
Ooh.
real quick, and we'll get back to the interview. I was just informed that at 200 followers on Spotify, we will have another spin stand giveaway.
Ooh.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah,
So
I don't know if you were reading. We've just been
no,
talking about it in the YouTube comments.
yep,
Yeah.
I've been reading it, so I knew where
Yeah,
we were
that's
going
fair.
with that. So, ladies and gentlemen, a quick little plug for us, and then we'll kind of get back to our interview. If you have not done yet, so give this a like. We will be giving away one extra spin stand for one lucky viewer, one lucky follower, just like our man Maple is about to be getting in the mail pretty soon. Um, so go ahead, drop that follow, share this anywhere that you can, because faster we get to that 200 follower mark, faster we can get that spin stand into your guys' hands. So go ahead, smash that follow button, share it, do whatever you guys have been doing. Much love for you guys, and big, huge shout out from everyone in the Minnesota scene. Let's give some love to our main man Wayward, because he's just giving this up. So
Woo!
huge shout out to Wayward for giving us another spin stand.
Guys, real quick before we get back to it, if anyone does want to order a spin stand from Wayward, he says that you can contact him on Discord. His Discord name is Wayward1453. So Wayward1453 on Discord. Reach out to him if you want to go ahead and buy one or more spin stands from him, and he will get you sorted out.
Yep. So I will put
Buy 30 and you get a handshake from the Spin Zone podcast.
you even get to pick. You get to pick who you get to shake hands
Yep.
with. But anyway, I will put his name down in the comments below alongside of our guest Maple. All of his links will be down in the description. Go ahead, show this guy some love. He is a killer guy, super awesome. He's gonna be something. I don't know if he's gonna get newer content creator of the year, because I don't know. That might be us. But
Oh my God, get
Oh.
out of here. That was the most self-promoting comment that's ever come out of your mouth, Cake.
I think I've got to unsubscribe from the podcast just for
Yeah,
that.
and that includes the game he spits at the karaoke bar. Like, holy crap.
Oh.
hey. Anyway, yeah, go show Maple some love. All of his links will be down in the description later on. But anyway, so you talked about all your sponsorships and everything. Do you have any other sponsorships that you have not yet said anything about, or?
Nothing unannounced. Whatever I am like partnered with, whatever I'm affiliated with, has been kind of revealed already in the episode. We're just looking to gain possibly some more.
Oh, who would you like to kind of?
That's totally fair.
Yeah.
Oh,
Next,
he
I
said
would.
I know what he wants.
Next, I would say is probably Noozle 3D, especially for that 10% off. That's a pretty huge discount. So
Ooh, yeah.
I buy a lot of Noozle. So love that guy.
Yeah,
Maple,
that's-
you're disappointing me. I thought you were gonna say BW because you really wanted him to sponsor you with some proto launchers.
Well, listen, you said you like buying from Bay Warehouse, and I can fully say the full name. I got you guys. Bay Warehouse, Bay Warehouse, Bay Warehouse. Okay. I love buying from Bay Warehouse, but you can't disrespect what you're running by selling up a proto launcher. You are making yourself look bad. But I love Bay Warehouse.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
you think they could dump those on like an alternate eBay account or something without their name on it. That might be a better play.
Yep.
something. But yeah. Also, what is your favorite like meta bay right now, and what is your favorite underrated bay for right now?
I love this. I really
I
got to
thought you
think
said
about
a Roach-
I got to
not a
think about
Roche
the
cluster.
underrated. My favorite, Spirit Bay Aero Pegasus.
And that's fair.
Love the blue metal double coat. It's what I brought to my first tournament, which is crazy for like a first tournament running AP, but you know, Mr. Moneybags over here. Anyways, guys, underrated pick. I think I could honestly properly say Mummy Curse is underrated. I'm not seeing
Oh,
it
yeah.
like talked about a lot. I think everybody knows how good it is, but I
Mhm.
think it's better than people are saying and like wanting to do. Like I feel like it could totally be in more tournament decks consistently.
Mhm. Yeah,
I love the mummy gimmick when you're spinning it. It sounds satisfying. The gimmick works. I mean, I can't really say anything bad about mummy. Like it's great.
yeah. What do you have your mummy on then? Or do you have a
M-
mummy build?
Mummy right now is on 960 hexa, but
Okay.
I could also switch it between like 160 low orb. I believe like Jacob Pomegranate commented on one of my TikToks and was like, "Hey, Mummy Curse 960 low orb, best combo for it." And I'm like, "Whatever you say, Jacob." Yep.
Yeah.
Hey,
If
hey, I'm
Ja-
gonna defend my boy Jacob Palm here. Okay, he proved he proved in the California State Championship by winning it that he's the number one blader in California, which is kind of the mecca of blading here, at least in the States. So if he tells me that that's what he's going to run it on, I'm not saying I'm going to like blindly like, oh my God, Jacob Palm said it has to be true, but I'm going to at least give it some credence. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? If Jacob Pomegranate tells me to buy a $199 proto launcher from Bay Warehouse, I will do it. Because Jacob Palm told me to.
I love it. I love it.
What if Jacob Palm tells you to buy all Bay warehouses of horned rhino? You gonna do that shit too?
Yep. Whatever that man says, he's got it.
Oh my God. So,
oh man.
So do you have a? Let me ask you this: do you have a content creator in Beyblade X that influenced you at all when you first started making videos?
There's a lot of content creators I look up to on the YouTube side of things and the long form content. I would say Jacob Palm, Anti-Wizard Wizard Club, people like Illinook, just those huge content creators. And when it comes to like short form on TikTok, or God, I can't believe I'm forgetting Left Burst, bro. Left Burst, oh my God, he's probably like what got me back into Beyblade. Even now, he does like a lot of like 3D printed, and he was mostly like a burst guy. But his Beyblade X content is so fun. Where he used like a defense only deck at a tournament, like because only he would.
I know exactly what video you're talking about. That was a good video.
I guess short form content wise, I have a good friend on TikTok. His name's Baykage. He's a pretty good content creator. Left Spin Bays, love him. He was actually one of like the first like big people to probably notice me in the Beyblade scene. I remember I started making content, and about a month in, he liked one of my videos, and I had to like check my heart rate. I'm like, there's no way this guy just commented.
That's what's up.
There's so many content creators I look up to, like whether it's just for content creation or whether it's to get better, like people like Nizuma Blader or Coach Geester, like literally just watching people on YouTube that like launch tech tutorials like Blade Bay X or whatever. I bought his pack of like launch tech cards or whatever. Like there's so many people you can look into the content creator scene for. So many.
And it's very true. Like, there's so many good people. Like, everyone that you said is absolutely amazing. So it's kind of hard just to pick just one of who actually made you drive to make content creation. But yeah, there's just so many.
It's
of them.
There's a ton of great content creators. I mean, I agree. There's a lot of people out there. So you like Jacob Palm because like Jacob Palm's like my favorite, yeah?
I'm like number one Jacob Palm blazer.
Okay.
Damn.
I'm kind of the same way, and I get a lot of shit for it. Now, maybe my understanding is imperfect, but is it, to your knowledge, Maple, is it true that Anti-Wizard Wizard Club like moved out to California to like train with Jacob Palm? Is that kind of the lore behind that?
I don't know much about Anti-Wizard, but all I know is that he was in Chicago at some point and then moved over to the SoCal region to be with content creators like Jacob Palm. And obviously, I guess the move was good for him. He's doing so well.
He is. He absolutely is. It sounds like if I'm reading the comment section correctly, it sounds like his numbers are up quite a bit recently. So that's very positive for him. Now, would you ever consider doing something like that, moving to a different locale to improve your content creation?
Not at my ripe age of 22 years old. Not with the finances I have. If I happen to win the lottery and then you never heard from me again, just know I'm blading in SoCal.
I mean, that's fair. You could also make the argument though, if you're gonna take like a some people might call it silly or risky chance and just like fuck it, I'm gonna give this a shot. A ripe young age is the time to do it. You don't want to do it, when you're 40 and you have a mortgage and you have kids and all that kind of thing,
Yeah, basically what
and
a lot
who knows,
of people...
maybe you could. Oh, Cake. He might be able to find the blading queen of his dreams out there in SoCal too. There's got to be some cute female bladers out in SoCal, right?
Has to be. There you go. Yeah, but who knows? That's what a lot of people do when they go to like New York or go to Hollywood or something. They just want to be discovered. So maybe SoCal is the New York or the Hollywood of Beyblades, just so they can get discovered and who knows, make good content. maybe that's the place.
Now,
I,
being in Philly, how far are you from like Toronto? Like, what kind of drive is that?
Oh, I've got no clue, but let me find out in 1 second.
Or New
Amazing.
York City? That'd be another good example. I'm just curious how far away you are from some of like the big scenes out east.
From where I live right now, I am an hour and 44 minutes away from New York City.
They probably
And
have all day things.
Toronto, and I'm a 7-hour drive from Toronto.
Oh,
Okay, so
yeah.
probably too far for Toronto, but I mean, would you consider ever driving out to New York City for an event?
Like
If
an
the
all day
pricing is
thing.
big enough, yeah. If I catch it where it's like all day bays, like 2 events in one day,
Mhm.
or if the pricing is like worthwhile enough. Most of like the commute to a tournament I make right now is anywhere from like an hour to an hour and a half. I don't really try to push that because the pricing just isn't there. It's just like me trying to blade for fun. But if you convince me to go to the right tournament, I could go like 2.5 hours, make a day out of it.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff to do in New York too. So,
Yeah, and
um,
I'm pretty
I
sure
was just kind of curious, like, would Cake? You always talk when I'm talking, prick.
I talk when
So, so if you were gonna go out to New York City, like, what if you did like a tournament report? Would that help you justify kind of that length of trip?
Yeah, it would, honestly.
I think that'd be cool. I know you're more into short form content, but you know, I think a tournament report can be pretty cool. And you could maybe even break something like that down into like a round by round thing and put up
Yeah.
like one round each day or something, so it's a little shorter and kind of what your viewers might be more used to, you know?
At the end of the day, people watch Beyblade for the actual Beyblade fights themselves, so we got to get into that.
Yeah, and then New York might have some all day base, like, or at least an all weekend thing, like on a Saturday into a Sunday. Then you just drive back on Sunday night. Definitely something to look into because if PA is not where it's at, where you want it to be, either get your cert or just travel a little bit. Do you have friends that are in close proximity to you that would possibly go to New York or somewhere close by?
If I would take any friends to a Beyblade tournament, it would be the people that I've met at Beyblade tournaments. There's not any like hometown friends of mine that currently blade at all. So when I bring up the idea of, oh, hey guys, I'm a Beyblade content creator, they're like, that still exists. And that's just the point we're at where Beyblade X, where we can skyrocket this thing, we can make it an Olympic sport. I already know we're talking about that. Like we gotta rise this popularity.
Yeah, and I think it's getting there, especially with worlds that are going to be happening in probably several months. All the big events, like the one in Michigan
Well,
for,
Worlds won't be in several months, Cake. That'll be towards the end of the year again, yeah.
I thought that was in like August or something. Was that,
No, we just had Worlds pretty recently.
am I tripping? I swear it was August.
Maybe I'm drunk. You continue with what you're saying. I'll double check.
Shit, maybe I'm drunk. Maybe we're all drunk. Drunk and
As
playing
long as we are
Beyblades?
not as long as we're not attaching the word world championship onto a tournament in which we are playing on our hands and knees. That would be nice.
Well, that was terrible. So it was we were both kind of wrong. It was in October. It was kind of right between what we
Okay.
were both saying. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, the World Championship. You know, I don't have as much of a problem with that, except for the hands and knees thing. That was terrible, and Maple's 100% correct.
Mhm.
But at the very least, like they sent all the bladers who qualified like a big package of blades they might be missing because they might not have them in their region or they were expensive, like Aero Pegasus or whatever. They did some stuff right, you know. Hasbro's qualifier here in America only having one qualification event on one far side of the country and no pre-registration, like single elim, one bay only. It was a very strange format. And what I'm hoping is when Hasbro announces what they're going to do for their American qualifiers this year, I'm hoping and praying that it is a little better than it was last year.
Yeah, and like it was fun to watch the actual worlds, but yeah, having people on the, and I get it. That's the actual how you're supposed to be playing it, but having a spin stand, especially brought to you by Wayward and everything, um, that's personally how I think it should be. Because we all know bays can just come flying out, and if you're just right in front of the stadium, it could get bad.
I also just think that 3-on-3 is what Beyblade has always meant to be. So do not ever limit yourself to one bay.
No, 3v3
Yeah, I hate that.
or even deck.
Well, the deck isn't an official format that would never be recognized
Oh, I
by
thought it
Hasbro
was.
or TT. But no, deck is
Oh.
a creation of the WBO.
Oh.
Now, with that being said, though, Maple's 100% right because, like, okay, so I go to the one qualifier we have in the entire United States, which is a huge landmass, by the way, is a big country, and I fly 8 hours or something, or drive 8 hours, or and I get there and there's no pre-reg, and I don't get to play. Right, that's the first problem. Okay, and then I get in there and I'm a really good blader and I should probably make it pretty far, but oh, I only have one blade and my opponent's blade just hard counters mine. Like, whoops, guess I just lose. Like, there's just, and then you're playing. It's so weird. This year, Hasbro better have us playing in the TT Stadium at US qualifiers because that's what they're using at Worlds. It makes zero sense to have us play in the Hasbro Stadium, and then when we go to Worlds, we play in a totally different stadium. That's ignorant. Like, am I wrong?
No.
No, not at all.
If I'm preparing for a tournament with a TT stadium where it's used at every WBO tournament, I'm not going to break out my Hasbro and go, "Oh, this will give me the best results."
Yeah, not even close. Because
And one of our viewers was just informing me apparently in Europe it was the same deal. They had one qualifier for all of Europe. Like, that's terrible. Like what are they doing?
like obviously this game is not as big as like other things like Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh or anything, so they can have a qualifier several weekends in several states and this and that. But I think it's relatively decently sized, so you could have probably a qualifier at least once in every state, and then maybe like a full time, like a top qualifier somewhere, and then pick out of the top whatever that you want to bring to Japan or wherever the world's going to be held at. But that's a decision from someone that probably has never even ripped a Beyblade ever in their lives.
That's what I think the problem is. My
Mm-hmm.
understanding, and again, someone correct me if they've heard different, but my understanding is that Hasbro tends to subcontract this stuff out to like event promoters, like, some giant event production company. And none of those people have any idea what Beyblade is. And to be fair, I don't think most people on Hasbro's board of directors understand what Beyblade is either. They're like, oh, those are those spinning tops. And that's about the long and short of what they know about the game, right? They don't play Beyblade. They don't respect Beyblade. They're not in the Beyblade community. And, so why would you trust them to, I mean, if you can't even trust your own board of directors to present Beyblade properly to the audience, then how can you trust some event production company to do it? It's just, I don't know.
Yeah. But
I've got a lot of opinions on that.
yeah, like obviously Hasbro has its many different products that they do, like Power Rangers is Hasbro. Then they got Beyblades, and I think GI Joe is also Hasbro. They got board games, I believe, and they got so many other shit besides just Beyblade. So I completely understand that. But being an actual competitive game compared to just like an action figure, but you're still gonna try to host an event that's going like across to Japan, you should probably have some kind of knowledge. Or if not, bring in people that have knowledge. There's so many people that have that. Like, look at all the content creators. Like, hire Jacob Palm, hire us, hire Maple, hire Anti Wizard Club. There's so many good content creators that actually know what the hell we're talking about. put us on there, put us in a meeting, and be like, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this. I think it would go off without a hitch. I could be wrong on that one too, but something needs to get done. Hasbro needs to get better with promoting Beyblades, doing their tournament stuff, and so much other stuff that they could do that us as bladers and organizers are actually doing right now. If they take half that
Nah,
effort.
Yeah.
can I chip in with something?
Yeah.
How every like professional esports team, like TSM, like FaZe, like Cloud9, whatever virtual video game they're playing, they have a team. We need something like that with Beyblade. Obviously, I know there's like clubs and like already pre-registered teams, but I remember months ago, Wizard Club and Cloud9 did like a collab. But as far as I'm concerned, nothing came from it because all it was like a collab with like some merch, and there's been nothing of a word since. So if we could get like how esport teams, as long as we get those same teams for Beyblade, like imagine going to a world championship where it's like FaZe versus Cloud9, and like that would be so sick.
Wild. Yeah, because
Yeah.
FaZe has like all like the esports. They got Call of Duty. They got I think they got like an Overwatch thing. They're really well known in esports. And then Cloud9 is also, and then Optic are really well known. So I completely understand where you're going. Just get big organizers that have Beyblade based teams, which is a great idea.
And this is going to be beating a dead horse, I think, for some people, but we're talking about Hasbro not running tournaments correctly, not promoting correctly, all these different things. And yet Hasbro runs the most popular trading card game in the world because they own Wizards of the Coast.
I keep
So
forgetting
they
that.
have the software, they have the know-how. They know how to advertise things, they know how to run events, they know how to put on pro tours and qualifiers. Why can't somebody in that space come over and help them get something similar started for Beyblade? Because they would make a ton more money. Like, I promise you, if kids were like, Mommy, Daddy, I want to go to the official Beyblade tournament every single weekend at Dreamer's Vault or whatever, then those kids are out there playing. So their parents are buying them more Beyblades. Everyone's buying more Beyblades because there's more events, there's more things to do, more people are aware of it, they make new friends. It all works together. But Hasbro just continuously fumbles the ball on this, just over and over again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, someone brought up like even Minnesota has an organization. I know with Call of Duty called the Rockers that are into the scene, but they're not the Rockers anymore. It's a whole different organization. But yeah, so many states like LA has two teams, and I'm just
LA
going off of
Thieves.
call. Yeah, the Thieves or shit. I forgot that they changed around so many things, but yeah, there's so many professional esports teams that venture off into other things. Just imagine, like you said, Maple, a having a FaZe Beyblade team would be wild. Just imagine like the popularity because everyone knows FaZe. So many people know of like Optic. A lot of people know about Cloud9, and then so many other sports teams. Just imagine if there's an actual Minnesota or Beyblade X team that are up to that caliber. It'd be game changing for this game. It'd be absolutely game
And it's
changing.
so funny.
You know,
It'd be so funny because like if you know Jacob Palm, you know his team Zenith, but and like everybody in Beyblade knows these huge multi-billion-dollar orgs. But if you talk to a Call of Duty pro and you say, "Yo, Team Zenith is next on Beyblade," they go, "What's that?" Like, there's nothing truly official.
True.
yeah, and half of them probably don't even know that Beyblade is still a thing. They're probably like, I remember playing that when I was 6, you know? Um
Yep.
it's disappointing. Somebody in our comments brought up, oh, well, Beyblade brought on Kai Cenat for some advertising. Now,
That was
I don't know
awful.
what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing now, but this advertising was so terrible. They had a banner up on Amazon, okay? And
Oh
they
my
had Kai
God.
Cenat very, very obviously copy and pasted onto this banner, and half his arm's cut off. Okay? They just cut off like this part of his arm right here. And it's like, how lazy can you get? You couldn't even get a clean picture of him to cut him out of. Like, are you kidding me? Like, it's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing, to be
No,
honest with you.
and it was a quick link, if I'm not mistaken. You click on that banner, and it'll bring like to Kai Cenat's favorite Beyblade stuff, and it was like a Dran Buster, a Hasbro Stadium, and just basic
I
shit.
I can promise you, if anyone, no one believes that that's actually Kai Cenat's favorite Beyblades. Okay, I don't even truly understand how into the game he actually is.
I don't think
But
at all.
if somebody told me, oh, Kai Cenat's favorite Beyblade is Dram Buster, that's what he loves to use at events, I would tell you, well, then I don't want Kai Cenat advertising this game anymore because he has no damn idea what he's talking about. Like, if he does know better and he actually does care a little bit about Beyblade, he should be upset because that makes him look stupid. It makes him look ignorant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
let me ask you this, Maple. If you were gonna run promotion for Hasbro, what are some things you would do? Like, what are some things that they are not doing now that you think is important to get more Beyblades into the hands of more people?
Start using winder launchers. Stop using proto launchers. Using meta relevant bays or just the current new releases instead of trying to push the Dran series of bays that no one cares about. Dran Brave being the first like CX, no one cares. It's awful. Just keep trying to constantly advertise, make tournaments like you're saying. They own Wizards, so why can't they do it with Beyblade? Instead, we're using Challenge, which is a challenge. I've heard that before.
oh my goodness.
Yep.
He's right. It's the worst bracketing software I've ever used. Okay,
it's not good.
Continue.
I mean, we just got to do better on all ends. When an individual player of Beyblade is advertising and promoting your sport better than the one you own, it's quite sad.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah, there's so many Durans out there, and again, Violet, if he says that that's his favorite bay, he's not using it. He's not playing the game whatsoever.
Yeah, at the very least, and I don't know, they have a new banner up here on their page on Amazon because I just checked. No, I don't know. It's a black guy. I don't know if it's Kai Cenat or not. I'm not familiar enough with what he looks like.
No, it's
but
not.
At least they've got this kid holding a wizard rod. Okay, at the very least, this guy is holding a wizard rod.
Let me double check.
So let me ask you this, Maple, because we've been inundated recently with new releases. We saw, those 3 that are coming out the end of March in the TT regions, and then some of those, as well as a great wealth of other releases that are coming out, I believe this July here in the US. What is the upcoming bay that's been revealed that you are currently most excited for?
I'm most excited for, and I'm not really a CX guy. I've never ran a CX bay in a tournament, but I love Bahamut Blitz. I love the official 150 we're getting. I can really appreciate that on these new lines of CX, we're getting like brand new parts like 870. That's a new ratchet. That'll be fun to experiment with. The new bits like yielding, which just looks like a fatter elevate. Like it's so nice. And all the new like BX and UX Infinity lines where it's like the infused blade and ratchet.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you guys were talking about it in a previous episode where like the weight on that is really going to matter. And I'm ultimately thinking that like if these things don't weigh anything like meta current relevant, then they're just going to get thrown away instantly, and all this hype will be for nothing.
That's mostly what
do you
CX
think
are.
about what do you think about these new O-rings they have on the CX blades? That what are they called, toppers or something?
Yeah.
I don't know what they're called. That new part.
I honestly am not probably as informed as I should be. I don't know how hyped I should be for it. All I see is a like 4th part to a CX blade that will just make it chunkier. So hopefully it makes it more like balanced. Hopefully it doesn't do quite literally the opposite, or else CX is going in the wrong direction than which they intended to go. So I hope whatever they're doing with this new CX line, it's optimally for the better.
It's gonna be interesting because
I'm hoping.
Yeah, I think we all are, and because CXs they need some work. As it said in previous episodes, a lot of CXs are just for the bits, maybe the ratchets, but other than that, they're not good. They're way too top heavy. Besides maybe a couple that are actually pretty relevant, but other than that, they're not good.
When you release as much CX blades as you do, and the only mainly relevant one is Blast as a main blade, that's very sad.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Um, like Kick came on a CX. Then you got Wedge that came on a CX. But out of out of those two bays, those are the only importance.
Um, I would argue the bit on Wizard Arc.
Which was what? I'm.
Low orb.
Oh, is it
Lord.
lower? Okay, okay, got you.
Yeah, I
What?
would argue that's a solid part.
I,
I
I, I was
think
just naming.
I think
I was
what
just.
Maple Oh, I kind of agree. I think what Maple is highlighting is really important. Is like he said he's really excited about Bahamut,
Mhm.
because of because Bahamut, but he specifically referenced the 150. He referenced some of the bits we have on these other things that are new. I think that's important that TT does that, so that way if these bays do just totally like poop the bed, at least there's some reason to still buy them, right?
Mhm.
Like they have to give you something to want, and putting like 150. I mean, like I'm super excited about 150. I mean, are you guys excited about it?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a game changer for a lot of bays.
I think the one series is universally accepted to be the best series of ratchets in the game. Um, I know like you got to think about it. 160 can go on pretty much anything.
Mhm.
I know some people like 960 better, and that's fine. But nobody's running 970. You notice, right? But people do run 170, don't they?
Yeah, because they're also running 160. But yeah, I get what you're trying
Yeah,
to say.
but I mean, look, you guys got to think. We could pretty soon have a meta where you run 150, 160, and 170. Like that's
That,
crazy to think about, isn't it?
that's wild.
I'm really excited about it, and in fact, I'm probably gonna have Chad show me how to ratchet swap one of these days, so I can put together a test 150, so I can start seeing how I like it.
Yeah,
I think that's probably a good idea. Really, all serious bladers should probably be doing that, to be totally frank.
yeah, that's
Yep.
maybe not a bad idea. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we can do a video of Chad teaching others about how to ratchet swap.
That'd be cool. I think
Yeah.
I think that'd be useful because like he's explained it to me, and I have the screwdriver for it, but I'm
Yep.
not confident I want to do it on my own without somebody who has prior knowledge. So
Yeah.
that's probably actually a good piece of content.
Yeah. We all have extra ratchets that we aren't using. That if like a 380 gets busted, who cares? Yeah, I ain't gonna worry about a 380. But yeah,
Cake, I have
that
so many ratchets I don't care about. You have no idea. So actually, Maple, we have a question from one of the audience members here. It's Khan wanted to know. So this is kind of tied to what we were talking about. He says, so apparently Kai Sinet got a custom Beyblade made from Hasbro. That was like a one of one, like, not tournament legal, but like just a special thing they made for him. I think as a thank you for doing promotion for the game. So the question is actually, if Hasbro or TT was to make you a one of one Beyblade, what would kind of the idea behind it be?
Oh man, honestly, I love this question because it also goes into how other games do like in Fortnite, they've got skins for creators, like the
Mhm.
the partnership like that. If every top tier Beyblade content creator got their own special bay, doesn't have to necessarily be like tournament legal, just something that they own and is literally their bay. I would love to see that. If I could get a custom bay, I would have to sit in a lab and think exactly how I would want this perfectly crafted, but it would have to be some sort of inspo off of Aero Pegasus. Just the
Ooh.
Pegasus line itself is so iconic in Beyblade, always with Storm Pegasus and Galaxy and all these other rebrands. Pegasus is what Beyblade is to me. When I think of Beyblade, I think of Jinga Hagane, I think of Beyblade, or I think of Pegasus. if I were to create my own one of one, it would have to be some sort of like Maple X Aero Pegasus matchup.
What colors?
I am a huge Colorado Rockies fan, so I
Really?
would low key, yeah. Anyways, baseball performance aside, they're the worst team in the MLB. Anyways, I would love a like all black and like rich dark purple, or an all rich purple and black aesthetic looking bay. I just think black and purple goes so well together, like black and hot pink, like we're getting with the new 150. The new 150 looks so sick, but just flashy. It would obviously have to be a metal coat. I'm not using no standard like BX for my one of one. Heck no. But I'm just
Yeah.
thinking like a black metal coat, a purple metal coat, get some purple and black in there. That would go so hard.
So, a couple things. First off, Cake, you know that Papa D is going to listen to this episode tomorrow, and he's going to love hearing about Aero Pegasus because that's like his favorite thing,
Oh,
right?
favorite bay of all
Um,
time.
It absolutely, he was just talking to me about it on the phone before he got on tonight. But the second thing I want to mention is purple is the best color. I agree with you on that. So, and the
Purple line, man.
Colorado Rockies, can I ask, and this is not Beyblade related, can I ask why the Colorado Rockies of all the teams when you live out in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, not the Pirates.
So yeah,
Well, because they
definitely not the
suck.
Pirates. I would do like, I would say I'm obviously like Philly based for every sport, like Phillies, obviously of course for baseball. But the Rockies, I've just been to so many like occasional Rockies games as a kid that they would always just be like my runner up or like second favorite team, other than just Philly because I associate with that. But I just had a special connection ever since a kid of just the Colorado Rockies. The stadium is beautiful. I mean, the elevation up there, it's so nice.
Mm.
They just have sick color schemes. That was enough for me to like them as a kid. I would just pick a random player and be like, "Hey, I like Troy Tulowitzki. Like that guy's pretty cool."
See, you're
What a
you're
name.
you're 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 probably a little too young, but funny, when I was a kid, I loved the Rockies too. Okay, and I loved them so much that I think I was in third grade, and I actually went out for Halloween, dressed as a Colorado Rockies player, and had the name Dante Bichette. He played for them years and years ago, and I think his son's actually in the majors now, Bo Bichette. Um, and yeah, so I loved the Rockies as a kid. Larry Walker, Vinny Castillo, Ellis Burks. Um, I really liked the Rockies quite a bit. And the one thing you mentioned on the stadium, pitching there is really hard, I've heard, because those hitters
Mhm.
can just wail on it. It's very different from pitching in pretty much any other stadium in the majors.
Yeah,
Yep,
they're
the elevation, the balls just fly. It's like a home run derby stadium there.
Now let's switch that back around to Beyblade though. Now I've heard that allegedly we're getting some sort of MLB Beyblade collaboration at some point, kind of like they did in Japan with Yoshi Mitsu Giants, whatever the hell they're called. I'm sure I butchered that terribly, but have
sounded
you guys
right.
heard anything about that?
No,
I've not.
this
This is news to
first.
me.
Like
Um,
I know MLB was doing collaboration with Pokemon Go, but I never heard about anything about Beyblades, which is wild. And we all know the soccer or football, wherever you are.
I did get that.
Yeah, they did that collab. They did a couple collaborations. They did that whole stadium plus the individual bays. So it wouldn't put it past me that an MLB team would do it. NFL would be huge. Imagine a Super Bowl commercial with Beyblade X, even though we just had Super Bowl, but regardless.
yeah, I had heard something about this, but maybe it wasn't what I think they ran a Beyblade event at
Yeah.
a like at like the San Diego Padres home games at some point, and maybe that's what they were talking about. Maybe there's not actually like any sort of release connected with that. Um,
Hmm.
guys, I swear I'd heard something, but there's so much stuff going on with Beyblade, I could totally be mistaken too. So, um,
Maybe we should do
I
that
don't know.
at
I wish
Twins.
they would do some collabs here, like they do it in Japan. They've done it in Japan with the baseball. They've done it in Europe with the soccer. Why can't we have it here? I mean, maybe even with an NFL team or something. How about a metal coat blue, navy blue New England Patriots bay?
Or
Or
back
we could do an Eagles Bay too.
Fly Eagles Fly.
A Saquon, a Saquon Barkley limited edition. Yeah,
Say that again.
I said a Saquon Barkley limited edition Bay.
Saquon, huh? Interesting.
Well, you're an
Saquon
Eagles guy, right?
Saquon Barkley.
Shaquan Barkley.
Yeah, I can't. I'm sure I mispronounce everyone's name.
No,
when,
all good. All
when
good.
you saved me with that basketball player earlier, I was gonna butcher that so incredibly badly. Like, if it's not like a name I'm familiar with, I just always manage to butcher it.
So I guess they had a booth outside of the baseball stadium in the U.S. And that's coming from Wayward, so I don't know. So probably in LA that you just talked about, but I'm not seeing anything else that Wayward.
San Diego, and I knew it was out in Cali somewhere. I guess I thought there was supposed to be more alongside that, but I was most likely mistaken.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
They should do. They need more collaborations, and maybe to lower the price on some of the 2-packs at Target and Walmart, because those are kind of ridiculous, right?
Yeah, I don't think NFL would do anything like that, and NHL would be kind of cool. Shit, NLB.
Well, in the
Voltron
NHL, they do
work.
kind of battle it out sometimes in the NHL. You know, they let it rip. You know.
And then also in a little arena, like what a stadium is. Okay.
Oh my God, they could make like a TT stadium looks like a hockey arena.
Hasbro, listen,
See,
we're giving you free ideas.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of cool collaborations. We've talked about some other IPs they could work with before. Let me ask you this, Maple, because this is a big question that we've talked about a lot over several episodes. If Beyblade was going to do a collaboration with any other one intellectual property, what's yours and why?
Voltron. I would want to see a Voltron collab.
So would you have like the 5 individual Zords, or just Voltron itself, or all 6?
So you could make like a metal coat with each of the different 5 lions. I mainly just think of like Voltron because little self plug for my dad. He runs the official Voltron podcast, talking about podcasts. So he's well into the Voltron scene. I'm into the Beyblade scene. So we're always been talking about collabs that could go back and forth with each other. And if we got some sort of like Voltron collab, I know his old head would appreciate that.
I didn't know Voltron had a scene still.
Oh, probably definitely not still, but
bro, there's a scene. There's a scene for everything.
There may be something coming out.
Oh.
So you're telling me now. You mentioned earlier, you know, we talked a little bit about some of your Beyblade inspirations, but you've now mentioned that your father's involved in podcasting. Now, was that sort of an inspiration to you to start getting involved in content creation?
Honestly, no.
Really?
He just had his own podcast, and I was like, hey, like, I don't know anything about Voltron. That's all you. That's cool. Have fun with it. I was never behind the idea of making a podcast, and especially when it comes to Beyblade, I don't want to make a Beyblade podcast because you guys already have one. I'm not absolutely starting to try like any competition here. Like, I want you guys to have all the glory. I want you guys to be like the official Beyblade podcast.
That would be
That would be so sick.
That'd be so cool.
They would never bring me on to do that. My mouth's way too vulgar for them. Hasbro's like, that's not 7 and under safe. Like,
I think if you were given the opportunity to collaborate with Hasbro, their Vile, you would tone up your language just a little bit.
Listen. If they want to pay me a yearly salary to not cuss on the air, I can probably handle that. Like, mostly, you know.
I have a better answer on my collab, by the way.
Okay.
I was only thinking about Voltron because I was thinking about my dad. Shout out Pops. But real quick, my absolute dream collab, like dream for me, Attack on Titan. I know there's no sort of relevance whatsoever between AOT and Beyblade. There's no brand partnership, nothing. But like get a Eren Yeager and Mikasa like 2-pack, or get a Captain Levi, and like there's so much potential with the anime world and Beyblade, and they're missing. Because all we've got is like custom Dragon Ball Z lock chip stickers that people make, and that's it.
And
it's weird because, you know, Beyblade comes from Japan, and so does anime. So you think that would be a more natural kind of collaboration, but Yet I seem to feel like all the collabs that have like characters from other IPs are all kind of Hasbro based. It's all stuff that's popular in America. You know, Star Wars, Transformers, like
I mean,
Marvel. It's just
I guess
it's interesting.
instead of listening to the community and giving us actual cool stuff, they'll just make a Star Wars collab pack with a Stormtrooper and then release another one with a Snowtrooper, and it's just the same thing.
Okay, first
Great
that
job.
that Grogu and Snowtrooper 2-pack is actually gonna be pretty fire. I'm
For the Elevate, yes.
Well, yeah, and I think there's a 760 in there too. And the
Yes.
other bit
Yep.
isn't absolutely horrible. Like I'm
Low
not saying
orb?
it's amazing, but it's like playable. Yeah, Orb's playable. You
Orb,
know,
yeah.
yeah, Orb's playable. But the Elevate now, what we have to figure out though is that the same Elevate we've been getting with that blue metal coat Shark Edge and the random booster? Is it nice and thick like that, or is it similar to the old one? That's going to be the important question. I feel like.
I need to get my hands on a teal Elevate before I throw back out my Cobalt Dragoon competitively.
Oh yeah, he's got one. He was running it in the event, and I mean, there was this huge collision, but I forget what bay he was facing, and I'm like, oh my god, that Elevate's coming out. There's no way, and it stayed in, and I couldn't believe it. I think it only burst once all day, didn't it?
Yes, it did. It just burst all day once, and it was
Yeah,
a good
I
hit.
thought that was a pretty solid performance.
Yep, absolutely, 10 out of 10. Someone also
Yeah,
agrees.
way different.
Yeah, anime plus Beyblades is the way to go. What? Yeah,
Someone else here's advocating for a Neon Genesis. Oh god, I'm gonna butcher that word. Evangelion collab. Is that another anime? I assume that's what that is.
I'd never even heard of that one. Anyway,
Who could say?
I'm pretty sure it's an anime. Like I'm 95% sure.
Yeah, there's so many collaborations.
Cake, I mean,
yeah, there's so many collaborations as you know that we've previously talked about that Hasbro could easily do, but just rather not give us. They just want to keep giving us Star Wars. We don't want Star Wars.
I don't mind Star Wars, but they're $30 now, and the blades always suck. Like Grogu and Snowtrooper are saved by the fact at least some of the parts are solid, but like Red Hulk is the only good blade I feel like they've ever made in one of these collabs. So like if they did that a little more often, maybe I'd feel a little less inclined to diss them all the time. And also if they weren't $30, like that's insane.
Yeah.
Especially when you consider that every blade pretty much is bad. And sometimes the parts are bad too. The Stormtrooper and Chewbacca 2-pack was abhorrent. I mean, when Hasbro went to go collect the funds from that drop, from that release, they should have been walking backwards to pick up that money because they should have been fucking embarrassed to collect money from their customers for such a shit product.
Yeah. Sure did something.
Anyhow, that's enough ranting from me. Cake, did you have any kind of last questions here for Maple? Because we're running up on 2 hours here, so we probably want to call it pretty quick.
Yeah, I think we're about to call it. But Maple, is there any questions that you would like to ask Vile or I, or anything else that you want to let the people know? Or right now, the final floor is all yours, my man.
I could ask a question for you two. If Wizard Rod were to never be invented, what number one meta bay would you like to see take its place? And it doesn't have to be like Shark Scale where it's already great. Like if you could pick any bay in X right now to replace the meta at the top, what would it be?
Right now,
it's hard to think because that doesn't seem realistic to me because most bays are not better than Shark Scale, right?
I personally would like, as you guys know, I personally would like Samurai Saber, just because it can hit. It has those small little swords underneath. It's a really good bay. It's, in my opinion, completely underutilized. So probably Samurai Saber for me.
Vile thinking about Crimson Garuda.
Oh yeah, see you do watch, you do know that. Crimson Garuda is definitely one, but at this point, I have some other things I like. Crimson Garuda, Samurai Caliber, or Nightmail. One of those three. Nightmail is probably actually the bay I play the most out of those three, and Samurai Caliber is probably a close second. And Crimson Garuda, while I love the appearance of it, and I will play like with my friends privately when we're screwing around, I could never play it at an event right now. Maybe in limited, right? Like
Yeah.
maybe in limited.
True.
So there's my answer.
Cool. That was the only question I had. I think it's about time we talk about tournaments.
Dude, this guy already
Let's see.
knows. This is what's up.
He watches everything. He watches everything. Okay, we'll go quick status on this because there's not much to talk about right now.
Right.
Number one, don't forget about the huge regional on June 6th. If you know you're going to go already, make sure to go ahead and get prepayment into Egg. We are going to cut off prepayment at some point, probably towards the end of May. So don't catch yourself having to pay the day of door price because that probably will be $10 additional. So don't do that to yourself. Get that situated with Ag. You know how to get a hold of them. It's not hard. And then as far as upcoming events this weekend, March 7th, 4 p.m. doors, 5 p.m. start time at Kraken Hits. We have the 3-blader team tournament again. And Cake said apparently screw Team Spin Zone. He's going to join whatever team he feels like. He's the mercenary free agent to best them all this Saturday. So if you want Cake Eater on your team, you better hit him up in the DMs and make him an offer he can't refuse.
I mean, I've already got offers.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Maybe some from the ladies too for things other than just Beyblading. Now, with that being said, entry is $10 per player as per usual. We're going to have the same kind of great prizing structure we usually do. We'll have some giveaways throughout, well, not throughout the event, after Swiss. So if you want to be eligible, you have to stay for the whole time. No dropping, guys. And then we also have $75 worth of gift certificates that were given us by Bays and Bricks that we're going to be giving out probably to the top team. I'm not 100% sure we're going to do it yet. We'll figure it out. And yeah, it's going to be super exciting. It's going to be great. If you don't have a team yet, just go ahead and sign up and show up, and you'll either find people in the first hour before the event starts, or we'll pair you with people when the event starts at 5. Otherwise, you can always use the Discord. There's even a dedicated looking for team channel on there to reach out and start talking to people about potentially forming a team. I would love to see a great turnout this weekend. So please try your best to make it. Other than that, I've heard rumblings that there could be something going on the 14th, but I'm not prepared to talk about that yet because nothing is certain and I am not the one in charge of it if it does happen. But hopefully, maybe something. We'll see. And then the 21st, I should be having a ranked event, but Kraken's kind of unsure about their availability because of a huge Pokemon regional that all their employees are going to out in Vegas that weekend. So I'm not 100% sure we're going to have something that day. And if we do, it's possible that there's a last minute venue change. I'm going to try to keep everyone as surprised as I can. But right now, I can only move as fast as Kraken Hits management can give me information. So that's kind of where we're at. I don't think we have anything announced for. Oh, yeah, we do. Cake, do you want to talk about the April 6th?
Yeah, so April
4th.
6th.
April 4th. April 4th. 4th.
Yep, April 4th. It is a tournament brought to you by Ginger Beard Man, one of Minnesota locals, and he is doing a reverse deck format. So if you guys have not heard, it's basically you make the worst deck possible. You give that deck to your opponent to use. They give you a deck to use, and same points still apply. You got to try to get to the best of 5. I believe it's 5. That's what he's doing.
What's the question?
Going to 5 points. Either way.
Yeah. 5 points, and then final stage will be
Probably
first to 4, best of 3.
Yep.
2 points out the top if the Beyblade goes flying out the top, like pretty standard. Own finishes will only be worth 1 point and a reshoot. It's not going to be full punishment like we run in ranked. And then entry fee is $10, and I believe we're starting at a different time too. Were you aware of that?
Yeah. To my knowledge, we were starting at 3, so doors are going to be open at 2, I believe.
Yes, that is correct.
Yep. I haven't got a 100% guarantee on when that is official or not, because I don't know what Kraken has in mind, but definitely stay tuned to that. That is not yet posted up on the WBO. But Maple, do you have any upcoming tournaments that you would like to kind of give a little shout out to before we send it off?
Yeah, it's actually a great little shout there. I'm going to a tournament called Waffles and Enthusiasm on March 13th. That'll be local to Conshohocken, PA. It's a casual, unranked, like 5 rounds of Swiss, first to 5, and then best of 1, first to 7 top cut. I hope to get into the top cut there. I hope to see anyone that's listening that's local to show up and really increase that player count to the max potential it can be, because we want to make Beyblade the best sport in the world.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So if you guys not have done yet, so what are you guys doing? Go show some love to Maple. All of his links will be down in the description area. Go show him some love, like and comment everything. He's an awesome guy. So huge shout out for taking the time, and appreciate all the patience during that little technical difficulty we had towards the beginning of the episode. So thank you so very much for coming out today, Maple. We do really appreciate you.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you to Vile. Thank you to Cake Eater. Thank you to the Spin Zone podcast. Thank you to Chad. You guys are like such big, like popular people in my mind. So like the fact that I'm literally on here right now, I can't even think of the words to say. This is so like meaningful to me. So this is such an awesome night to have together and be able to just shoot ship about Beyblades. This was so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely, and we appreciate it. So, I will get a hold of you later on there, Maple, about getting your address, and also Ben. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it was Ben. Ben, message me either up on Discord or TikTok or anywhere else. Just let me know where you message me so I can take a look at that. So I can send you your free random booster, free of charge, regardless. Um, Send that out to you. Just a reminder, guys, 200 followers will be getting another spin stand. Jesus. Brought to you by Wayward. So faster we get to that 200 follower mark, faster we can kind of give that away to one of you guys as well. So like, comment, share, give this episode or give the show 5 stars. Keep showing all the love and appreciation, because it keeps showing, and we do love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys for showing all the love and everything that you guys have been doing all these episodes. It is not definitely, it has not gone unseen. So guys, up until next time, so long, stay safe out there, have a great and awesome rest of your day. Take care, much love, guys.